We are live at the 2024 DNC for Midas Touch. My name is Adam Mockler, and we will be giving you guys the on-the-ground experience at the DNC, an experience that you have never had before. We'll be talking to politicians. We'll be talking to surrogates. We'll be talking to your favorite creators and your favorite influencers, all in the same live stream. A 5-hour live stream every single day, all 4 days of the DNC, where we are mobile. We are on the ground, walking around with the help of Midas Touch and the help of myself. Thank you guys for being here. Check it out on Adam Mockler on YouTube or Midas Touch on YouTube. Noah, let me ask you.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 12.
12, wow. And what makes you so politically active at such a young age?
So it's just so important. We have the other guy wants Project 2025. You know what that is. And we have a candidate who wants to cap rent costs, expand HBCU investments, fund Medicare, and fund our young people and like you and I, and keep our country flowing like normal, where we have Donald Trump on the other end. You know that story. So it's so important for all of us to be here, whether you're a delegate, whether you're a content creator, make your voice heard and make your noise.
Midas Touch is my favorite out of all of those like other independent liberal outlets.
Oh yeah.
Because I call it like an old-fashioned, a type of Democrat that like kind of died out a little bit. I would say like Bush-era liberalism. Midas Touch carries that energy with it, and I really respect it. Like, I mean, obviously there's disagreements that I have sometimes, but overall, I'm a big fan because they love smoking Republicans, and I love that energy.
Absolutely. So what are you doing here at the DNC? I feel like you're generally a little bit farther left than the average liberal. So are you here to represent?
Yeah. I'm here to scope out the scene, check it out. I have a pretty young audience that's like unfamiliar with the back end of like DNC and how this machine works in general. So I thought it would be cool to see that. I also am like very nerdy about news outlets in general and news media in general, political news. I watch it a whole lot. If you've ever watched my streams, like that's all I do is just watch all these different news outlets. So seeing them in action, seeing the sausage get made, it's just, you know, it's a fun, exciting experience for me.
Do you fan out when like Caitlin Collins walks past, or are you just like freaking out?
No. I don't. I fan out when I see Epoch Times.
Yeah? That's
like
C-SPAN? You're like, oh, that's C-SPAN.
No, it's not even that. It's more so like weird news channels like NTD, Epoch Times. I'm like, those are like weird channels that I watch on a regular basis, and they're here.
Absolutely. So
I don't care about like CNN or whatever.
So I'm 21 years old. I have a younger audience. Can you explain what is at stake this election? If Donald Trump wins, what is at stake for younger people? Because you and I might disagree on some stuff politically, but I think we can both band together to defeat Donald Trump.
I mean, if Donald Trump wins, it's probably going to look exactly like it did 2016 to 2020, if not worse this time around. I don't want Donald Trump to win. I don't know what he would do at this point. I feel like I legitimately don't know what Donald Trump might do at this point, because like 2016 he was like, Mexicans are rapists, they're coming over the border, they got drugs, and then he would at least say, and some are very fine people, I assume, right? Like that was the tail end of that. Now he's just like, Guatemalans are coming to do rape against white daughters. Like 12 million migrants, we are immediately deporting them. Like he's greatly amped up the dangerous rhetoric surrounding immigration in this country, surrounding immigrants in this country. There's 15 million of them on U.S. soil. They're everywhere, all around us. They're just like you and I am genuinely terrified of what like the Republicans will inevitably end up doing in terms of their handling of like the undocumented migrants that are living here.
It's like, how do you deport 11 million people without crashing the economy, having violence, or accidentally deporting American citizens? And something I'm worried about with Donald Trump is that if he gets a second term, he doesn't learn from his mistakes much, but I think he'd learn from appointing people like Mike Pence, and he would make sure he only has loyalists around him, people who would make sure, like J.D. Vance, for example, has said that he would not have certified the results in the same way that Mike Pence did, right?
Yeah, I mean, he has more sycophants around him, but like, listen, the question that you ask is actually the right question, which is, how do you deport migrants? How do you deport 15 million people living on U.S. soil without an unimaginable amount of violence? You can't. It's concentration camps. It's Hitlerian policy. It's completely unacceptable. And not only that, but also, you just mentioned like American citizens being deported, right? that happened already. It happened with the Bracero program. It happened with Operation, I won't say the name of the operation, it's just the anti-Mexican slur, anti-Latino slur. And Donald Trump routinely brings up that policy. The mass deportation of Mexicans, and hey, what's good? And including American citizens of Mexican descent. 1.3 million of them were deported in this country. And Donald Trump talks about that every rally. He talks about that shit like it was awesome. And he keeps saying it, and he keeps saying he's going to do that. And it blows my mind that there aren't more news media professionals out there or more politicians out there being like, you want to deport 12 million people? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's insane. That is literally like Holocaust-level cruelty.
This has been Adam Mockler with Hasan Piker at the 2024 DNC. Where can people find you? You're probably bigger than us, so.
Twitch.tv/Hasanabi.
Awesome, nice. And just in case you want to link up more, I live in Chicago.
Remind people you are live at Midas and Adam Mockler on YouTube.
We are live at Midas Touch on YouTube, and thanks for reading that out. That's supposed to be covered. Here, take my card. Just so you know, I live in Chicago, so incredibly well said. And what issues are most important to you personally? There's so many, right?
Yeah. I'll start with President Biden's accomplishments are just so impressive, and we have to keep that going. And I know the exact person who's going to keep that going. That's Kamala Harris. Issues that are most important to me, first of all, not electing a felon to the White House.
That should be obvious, right?
That should be obvious, but unfortunately it's not, based off the interviews I've seen with you. So those are the most issues important to me, and I appreciate you so much for asking that.
Dude, yeah, I appreciate you for talking to us. That's great.
Thank you.
So what do you think about the momentum shift from President Biden to President Harris, and would you say that you're more excited to have a younger candidate who can appeal to more demographics?
So I was excited to have President Biden. I mean, age doesn't matter to me as long as we have a candidate who doesn't want to make the voting age higher, but expand voting rights to 18-year-olds and 20-year-olds and 19-year-olds. And so I think I was excited about President Biden, really excited about President Biden. And now that we have a younger candidate, it just expands our demographic. But either way, I was extremely excited to have an effective leader. But I'm extremely excited to have the 59-year-old in the White House. I am mind blown by how great you are right now. Thank you.
And I want to ask you, do you have anything to promote on camera? Do you have like social media? Your Twitter? What's your Twitter?
Yeah, my Twitter is Noah Was Taken, KNOWA. I'm so excited to be here with Adam. I'm super excited. DNC day one.
Hell yeah. And then I also want to ask you, how have you felt? Let me see how I can word this. When it comes to Project 2025, what do you think is truly at stake for people that are young like us and long term, heading down the
Completely ending the infrastructure bill that would be extremely beneficial to our generation. What else? Defunding public schools, defunding, and for certain people, Head Start program. That's super important, and it's so important to get your vote out to stop Project 2025, especially if you're 18 to 24.
Yep. And what do you say to people our age who are disillusioned with our institutions? You know how there's a lot of people who think that Trump and Kamala, are effectively the same. How do you rebut that?
That is so untrue. You can just look at their record. Look at their record and see it was not true. Who was responsible for Central Park 5? We know. Who was responsible for holding predators like Trump accountable in California and San Francisco? We know who that is. That's Kamala. So we need to compare, band for band, who exactly has the right record, and that's Kamala.
Hi, I'm JoJo from Jurs.
I see you on my Twitter feed all the time. When I saw your face, I just pictured it. It like overlaid with a Twitter profile picture, you know?
It's crazy.
So let me ask you, who are you most excited to see speak?
Oh my gosh. Well, right now, sentimentally, Joe Biden. Because I love him so much, and this is very emotional for me to say kind of like goodbye, but also thank you. Thank you, Joe. Like, I'm very emotional about that, but I'm so excited to see Jasmine Crockett speak today. I'm excited to see Tim Walz speak. I'm excited to see Hillary Clinton speak, and I'm so excited for Kamala on Thursday. I'm just so excited.
Do you have napkins ready for Biden's speech tonight?
I need all the Kleenex. Mm-hmm. See, I ugly cry all the time. I saw them in Maryland the other day, and I just cry when I see him now. I always have, but I need all the Kleenex. I'm already emotional about it.
So let's dig in. What do you think is at stake this election cycle?
Oh, it's just democracy, our right to bodily autonomy, public education, the indoctrination, religious indoctrination of our children in public schools, if public schools even exist anymore. What else?
Project 2025.
Project 2025, the deregulation of everything, the DOJ being turned into his personal, heavies. the FBI being essentially dismantled and turned into his heavies, retribution with his, adversaries. People like me worry a little bit, like, oh, I don't know what could happen to me. But those are just a few of the things that
just a few, like 7 or 8.
But there's so much more that we're voting for.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I really feel like we can lean into voting for.
Hope.
Right, hope and joy, but also tangible kitchen table issues, like the expanded child tax credit, like making housing more affordable, like making sure that all diabetic people, regardless of their age or whether they're on Medicare, can get $35 insulin. Like all of those things are things we can vote for, and that is exciting. It's so exciting.
It's very exciting, and I want to ask you, I'm 21 years old, so give a message to people in my generation who may be disillusioned with our institutions but are liberal.
Oh, well, here's the thing I will tell you. I have a 14-year-old son and an 11-year-old daughter, and I tell them all the time, we, the people, have the power in this country. That is the magic. That's the special sauce. You don't get disillusioned because you're the ones with the power to change it. And that's what's so inspiring about Gen Z.
Chad is sorry to cut you off. Chad is going crazy screaming JoJo.
Hi.
Anybody in chat know JoJo from Jurs? If you go on Twitter. No, someone said, who is JoJo? I'm sorry.
That's okay. I totally get. Like, my son is 14, like I said. He's like, Mom, cringe, whatever. I get it. That's fine.
Quit yapping is what they say. 14-year-olds now.
Exactly. But then he would kill me, but I'd be like, Riz, Skippity, Ohio.
Stop. Too much.
See?
Too far.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just mortified children all over the world.
One final question. How'd you feel about the momentum flip over the past few weeks?
Well, it's like whiplash, right? Mm-hmm. So again, I love my president, I love my vice president, obviously, but I think we had sort of the intersection of a lot of different things at one time. Joe Biden's selflessness and duty and service to this country has inspired those of us who supported him the most to make sure that he did not leave this election. He will not be leaving in vain. We're going to make this worthwhile for him so that his legacy is intact as one of the greatest American presidents we've ever had, but also that lean into hope, into the first ticket that really looks like America. Like, it's amazing. And I'm so excited. I can feel it. It's electric. People are united. They're excited. I don't want to rhyme, but that is what there's joy. There's joy and optimism, and we're looking forward. We're going to save this democracy from the edge of a cliff. We're going to make sure Donald Trump faces the accountability he deserves, and we're going to make sure that Harris and Walz get to serve a wonderful full term and then a second term after that, and then it's off to the races.
You're even better outside of the 140-character limit on Twitter.
Believe it or not, Donald Trump, when he ran for office in 2016, repeatedly campaigned on, listen, why don't we negotiate drug prices? We're the biggest country in the world. We'll get it done, believe me. And then he gets into office, and for 4 years, he gives up. President Biden was able to get it done. We just had the first tranche of Medicare prescription drugs. We got the prices finally settled.
Yep.
Biden got it done. The hostage negotiation recently, the Russian prisoner negotiations, some of those, at least one of them, Paul Whelan, was in prison when Donald Trump was president. Trump failed to get him back. Biden succeeded where Trump failed. How many more apples-to-apples comparisons do we need?
Yep.
But I don't know. I'm really stoked for this. This is my first convention of any, you've been to multiple rallies.
A lot of Trump rallies,
Yeah.
but nothing like this. This is next level. And also this spot that we have is so sick.
My understanding is, though, it's so empty right now. It's like a Trump rally at the moment.
Good one. All the empty seats.
Yeah. Oh, stop it. Oh, I don't know, man. It's crazy stuff.
Yeah. Want to chat real quick? Absolutely. We are currently live. Can you introduce yourself to the stream?
Oh my gosh, hi, yes. My name is Ben de la Creme. I'm here representing Drag Pack, which is the first political action committee founded by a group of famous drag queens to try to help motivate Gen Z to get to the polls this year.
I'm Gen Z, so that's perfect.
Oh, perfect.
Where might people...
Get to the polls!
Let's do it. Let's do it. Get to the polls if you're young. Where might people know you from?
A lot of people probably know me from Drag Race or Drag Race All-Stars, or have possibly seen one of my touring productions at the Jinx and Dale Holiday Show, which we do internationally every year.
Absolutely. That's absolutely amazing. So, what is at stake for people in your community heading into this election? If Republicans win, what happens?
Yeah, I think that one of the nice things right now is that our community is a little bit more motivated by hope than by fear, because fear has not been as effective in the past, but has been most of what's been driving us. But I think while we have something joyous to move towards, and that's a wonderful thing, we really have to remember that things have been very, very dark for many groups in the past, for queer people, for people of color, for women, for anybody who needs access to reproductive rights, and we have all come so far that it can be very, very difficult to actually process what going back really feels like.
Yep.
And I think that people also need to remember that you are voting for a candidate, but you are also voting for many candidates. You're voting for an administration, and that only part of the work is getting the person in office. The rest of the work is to then continue to be engaged, continue to let them know what needs to happen. And there is only one administration that is even going to be possible with. So I think we need to really keep that in mind. Who is going to listen to us? Who is going to work for the people?
And do you feel the energy at the DNC? Do you feel this energy ever since VP Harris, I feel like, since she became the nominee, the energy is ramped up, and this is the next level. This is a new level of energy.
Oh yeah, no, it's palpable. I feel like, with the announcement of Harris, with the announcement of Walz, it keeps going up and up. It's like the air quality has changed. And here it is just so exciting to be seeing so many people from so many different backgrounds here together, banding around one cause. And, if you get this kind of energy together and have that drive us in the right direction, that has absolutely got to be able to outdo the kind of anger and fear and vitriol that is driving the other side.
I'm so happy we have you and not Kid Rock here, or Hulk Hogan, right?
I'm glad to be here instead of Kid Rock as well.
Thank you for being here.